Hello and welcome back to another video tutorial of Royce Academy. In this video tutorial I am going to discuss on a very important aspect regarding the same catabolism of different amino acids. We are going to see that how 7 different amino acids are being catabolized into a particular product which is called acetyl-CoA. Okay, and among these amino acids that we are going to discuss in today's limelight, most of these are ketogenic and some of these are also glucogenic amino acids. So let us see how these amino acids are getting catabolized into completely different product, that is acetyl-CoA, and what are these amino acids particularly. Okay, so we have with us lysine. Okay, lysine directly through different successive steps, lysine directly forms alpha ketoadipic acid. Alpha ketoadipic acid. Okay. Now this alpha ketoadipic acid, along with simultaneous decarboxylation and dehydrogenation. Decarboxylation plus dehydrogenation gives rise to what? Glutaryl-CoA. Glutaryl-CoA, coenzyme A, and that too happens in the presence of two different intermediary metabolic processes, which is very much crucial in order to assess the decarboxylation and dehydrogenation process simultaneously. For the decarboxylation, CO2 is being removed, and for the dehydrogenation process, NADH is formed from NAD+. Right. Now this glutaryl-CoA molecule, gets converted to another molecule known as acetyl-CoA. Okay, this glutaryl-CoA molecule, in the presence of successive steps, rate determining steps, gets converted to acetoacetyl-CoA. Now what are the other amino acids that are taking the formation of the acetoacetyl-CoA? This acetoacetyl-CoA is also formed by another amino acid. Here lysine is one of the amino acid. Now another amino acid is phenylalanine. Or phenylalanine. Phenylalanine, we know it directly gets converted to a single step process through with the help of the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. Okay, it's get converted to tyrosine. Through the process of phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme, in the presence of phenylalanine hydroxylase, it gets converted to tyrosine. Now this tyrosine molecule, through successive steps, 6 or 7 successive steps, in the presence of deoxygenase or dehydrogenation, isomerization, gets converted to what? Gets converted to fumarate plus acetoacetate. Okay, now this acetoacetate molecule, again in the presence of the 3-keto acid transferase, in the presence of succinyl-CoA converted to succinate, it transferred the acetyl-CoA group to this acetoacetate, which gets converted to acetoacetyl-CoA. Right. On the other hand, we have tryptophan. which is another aromatic amino acid like phenylalanine and tyrosine. Now this tryptophan gets through successive steps gets converted to alanine. Okay, through 6 or 7 or 4 5 successive steps gets converted to alanine as the end product of the amino acid. Now this alanine molecule, alanine amino acid, again gets converted to two different products. One of that product is alpha ketoadipic acid and another one is pyruvate molecule. Now this pyruvate molecule, what it does, you see the acetoacetyl CoA here, this acetoacetyl CoA again gets converted to ultimately acetyl CoA. Okay. Now this pyruvate molecule also gets converted to acetoacetyl CoA. Acetyl CoA. Sorry. On the other hand, another amino acid called leucine also gets converted to acetyl CoA, and isoleucine through the process of decarboxylation, okay, or CO2 removal, directly gets converted to acetyl CoA molecule. So you see that lysine gets converted to alpha ketoadipic acid through successive steps, and the glutenyl CoA, alpha ketoadipic acid through the successive decarboxylation and the dehydrogenation process gets converted to glutenyl CoA. And this phenylalanine directly gets converted in the presence of phenylalanine hydroxylase, gets converted to tyrosine, and the tyrosine ultimately gives rise to, through the different process, 6-7 different successive intermediary processes, gives rise to fumarate plus acetoacetate. Acetoacetate in the presence of 3-ketoacid transferase, in the presence of succinyl CoA converting to succinate, forms the acetoacetyl CoA by taking the acetyl CoA group from the succinyl CoA and adding it to the acetoacetate. Okay. Now this acetoacetyl CoA gets converted to acetyl CoA, and leucine also through successive steps ultimately forms acetyl CoA. Isoleucine through decarboxylation and successive steps forms acetyl CoA, and tryptophan gets converted to alanine through different steps. Okay, alanine gives rise to pyruvate, and another molecule is alpha ketoadipic acid, which again goes down through this process and forms the acetyl CoA molecule. So you see that this different amino acids, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 different amino acids are ultimately converted to what? Acetyl CoA, which takes part in TCA cycle. Okay. So these are the 7 different amino acids which are partaking the action of and ultimately getting converted to the acetyl CoA molecule, which is taking place, which is also reconfiguring itself in the TCA cycle in the matrix of mitochondria. Right. So these are this is all about how the 7 different crucial glucogenic as well as ketogenic amino acids gets converted to acetyl CoA, which rather continues the different carbohydrate metabolism process. So if you like this video, please subscribe this channel and share the video as much as possible. Also hit the thumbs up button and comment down in the comment section below and let me know if you have any personal queries or doubts. Thank you.